see a flag in the beds, I see a
We're going to call the first priest. State your registry.
Kakama Ma, Banya Howard, Banya Sharala.
Kakama Ma, Banya Howard, Banya Sharala.
Yabashim Yashar Bagathum. La Yasharala.
We'll palm hop with dumb. We'll face the east so we can get these prayers started. All right. Lord's Prayer. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemaya.
Shabbat Shemaya.
Kodash.
Kodash.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Shemka.
Shemka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malakwaka.
Malakwaka.
Laba'ah.
Laba'ah.
Watazayaka.
Watazayaka.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Ba'arataza.
Ba'arataza.
Kawa.
Kawa.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Bashamayim.
Bashamayim.
Lathalanaw.
Lathalanaw.
Lakam.
Lakam.
Cal.
Cal.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Wasalaknaw.
Wasalaknaw.
Kabawathnaw.
Kabawathnaw.
Kasalaknaw.
Kasalaknaw.
Kabawathinaw.
Kabawathinaw.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Tabayaynaw.
Tabayaynaw.
Banasai 1.
Banasai 1.
Abal.
Abal.
Hawashaynaw.
Hawashaynaw.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Rai.
Rai.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Laka.
Laka.
Amalakwa.
Amalakwa.
Waha'ala.
Waha'ala.
Waha'atapara.
Waha'atapara.
Wa'ayawalama.
Wa'ayawalama.
Amen.
Amen.
Our Father,
which
art in heaven,
hallowed
be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh, thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
In earth. As it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day.
Our daily bread.
Our daily bread.
And forgive us our debts.
And forgive us our debts.
As we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not.
And lead us not.
Into temptation.
Into temptation.
But deliver us.
But deliver us.
From evil.
From evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever.
Forever.
So be it.
So be it.
I'm going to bless Israel. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
Barak Lanawa.
Barak Lanawa.
Waya Sharala.
Waya Sharala.
Wahaya Bayat.
Wahaya Bayat.
Saparium.
Saparium.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapah.
Rapah.
Magun.
Magun.
Hagun.
Hagun.
Bahashim Yahushai.
Bahashim Yahushai.
The water Aman.
The water Aman.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushai.
In the name of Yahushai.
Bless us.
Bless us.
And Israel.
And Israel.
And the school.
And the school.
Bless.
Bless.
Heal.
Heal.
Shield.
Shield.
Protect.
Protect.
In the name of Yahushai.
In the name of Yahushai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Are we going to hakak the power? Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
Baba Kushai.
Baba Kushai.
Lathalanawa.
Lathalanawa.
Hakak.
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 La Rapa'ah.
La Rapa'ah.
Kal Makala.
Kal Makala.
Wakal Madawa.
Makal Madawa.
Hakak.
Hakak.
La Tahar.
La Tahar.
Hamatazari.
Hamatazari.
Hakak.
Hakak.
La Hakwim.
La Hakwim.
Mahathim.
Mahathim.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Al Rakawat.
Al Rakawat.
Hamata'ala.
Hamata'ala.
Lagarshan.
Lagarshan.
Bahashim Yahushai.
Bahashim Yahushai.
The water Aman.
The water Aman.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushai.
In the name of Yahushai.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
The power to heal all manner of sickness.
The power to heal all manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
And all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the leper.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to raise the dead.
The power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
The power against unclean
To
spirits.
cast them out.
To cast them out.
In the name of Yahushai.
In the name of Yahushai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
We got the blessings. Barak.
Barak.
Atah.
Atah.
Yahweh Yahushai.
Yahweh Yahushai.
Wa Maka'ala.
Waya Makala.
Waha. Let me see. Wa'al Hayim.
Wa Alahayim.
Hamatazabia.
Hamatazavia.
Alawap Yahana,
Alawap Yahana,
Ha Alawapium,
Ha Alawapium,
Ha Saranium,
Hasaranium,
Ha Quatazayanium,
Aquatazayunium,
Ha Kak Yalyum.
Hakayam,
Let's see, Waha Aquithian,
Waha Kwathan,
Yahabashim Yahushai,
Yahweh Shib Yahshai,
the water month.
the water Alman.
Bless you, Yahweh,
Bless you, Yahweh,
and Yahushai,
and Yahushai,
and Michael,
and Michael,
and the angels,
and the angels,
commanding Jim Yohana,
commanding General
the
Yohana,
generals,
the generals,
the captains,
the captains,
the officers,
the officers,
the troopers,
the troopers,
and the sisters.
and the sisters.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahushai,
in the name of Yahushai,
thank you.
thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
All right, Psalms 121. Aisha,
Aishah,
Ayanya,
Ayunya,
Al-Haharium,
Ahahorium,
Mahayan,
Mahayan,
Yaba'a,
Yaba'a,
Isariah,
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 Ma'an,
Ma'an,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Shamayam,
Shemayim,
Waharatazah,
Waharatazah,
Al-Yathan,
Al-Yathan,
Lamawat,
Lamawat,
Ragalka,
Wala'ah,
Yayashan,
Yayashan,
Shawmar,
Shalomar,
Yasharala,
Yasharala,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Shamarka,
Shamarka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Tazalka,
Tazalka,
Al-Yad,
Ayad,
Yamyaka,
Yamyaka,
Yamawam,
Yamamam,
Hashamash,
Hashamash,
La'ah,
La'ah,
Yakaka,
Yakaka,
Wayarak,
Wayarak,
Balayala,
Balayala,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Shamarka,
Shamarka,
Makal Ra,
Makal Ra,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Afnapashka,
Afnapasha,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Tazaaska,
Taza'afka,
Wabawaaska,
Wawa'aka,
Ma'ith,
Ma'aith,
Wa'ai Awalam,
Wa'ai Awalam.
I will lift up mine eyes
I will lift up mine eyes
unto the hills,
unto the hills,
from which cometh my help.
from whence cometh my help.
My help coming from Yahweh,
My help cometh from Yahweh,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will neither slumber or slack. He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming in,
from this time forth
from this time forth
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore.
All right, so Psalms 83. Alahayim,
Alahayim,
Al Damayalaka,
Al Damayalaka,
Al Takarash,
Al Thakarash,
Al Tashakwat,
Al Thashakwat,
Al
Al
Kayahana,
Kayahana,
Why, let me see, Awawabyaka,
Awayabyaka,
Yahama,
Yahama,
Yawam,
Yawam,
Ra'ash,
Ra'ash,
Al Imaka,
Al Imaka,
Ariyamwa,
Ariyamwa,
Sawada,
Sawada,
Wayata,
Wayata,
Ya'ai Tazawa,
Aitazawa,
Al Tazapon 1 Yaka,
Al Tazapa Yaka,
Al Marwa,
Al Marwa,
Lakawa,
Lakawa,
Wanakakidam,
Wanakakidam,
Mogalia,
Malgalia,
Wala'a,
Wala'ah,
Yazakar,
Yazakar,
Shem Yasharala,
Shem Yasharala,
Iwada,
Iwada,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Na'atazawa,
Na'aitazawa,
Laba,
Laba,
Yakadwa,
Yakadwa,
Al Yaka,
Al Yaka,
Baryath,
Baryath,
Yakarathwa,
Yakarathwa,
Alahaya,
Alahaya,
Adawam,
Adawam,
Wayashamai,
Wayashamai,
Alayam,
Alayam,
Mawa'aba,
Mawa'aba,
Wahagaryam,
Wahagaryam,
Gabal,
Gabal,
Wa'amawan,
Wa'amawan,
Wa'amalak,
Wa'amalak,
Palashah,
Palashah,
I'm Yeshabia,
Am Yeshabia,
Tazawar,
Tasawar,
Gamasha War,
Kamasha War,
Nalawa,
Nalawa,
I'm let me see, let me see, I'm Imam, Hayawa,
Hayawa,
Zerawai,
Zarawai,
Labanya Lawat,
Labanya Lawat,
Salah,
Salah,
Ashalaham,
Ashalaham,
Kayabyan,
Kayabyan,
Kasaya Sara'a,
Kasaya Sara'a,
Kayabian,
Kayabian,
Bonakal,
Bonakal,
Koyashwan,
Koyashwan,
Nashamadwa,
Nashamadwa,
Bayanda Ara,
Bayanda Wara,
Hayawa,
Hayawa,
Daman,
Daman,
La Adama,
La Adama,
Shayatamwa,
Shayatamwa,
Nadaya Mawa,
Nadaya Mawa,
Kaira,
Kaira,
Wakazaaba,
Wakazawa,
Wakazabak,
Wakazabak,
Wakatazal,
Wakatazal,
Mana'ai,
Mana'ai,
Kal Nasaya Kamwa,
Kal Nasaya Kamwa,
Ashar,
Ashar,
Amarwa,
Amarwa,
Naya Rashad,
Naya Rashad,
Lanawa,
Lanawa,
Af,
Ah,
Na'awaf,
Na'awa,
Alahayim,
Alahayim,
Alahaya,
Alahaya,
Shayatamwa,
Shayatamwa,
Kagalgula,
Kagagula,
Kakwash,
Kakwash,
Laponya Raw Raka,
Lapanya Rawaka,
Ka'ash,
Kwaash,
Baba Ira Ya'ira,
Tabaira Yaira,
Wakala Haba,
Wakalah Haba,
Talahat,
Talahat,
Harayam,
Haryam,
Khan,
Kun,
Naradapma,
Tharadama,
Basaya, Basa Irika,
Asa Irika,
Wabasa Wafpaska,
Wabasawa Paka,
Tabahalam,
Tabahalam,
Mala'ah,
Mala'ah,
Panyaham,
Panyaham,
Kualawam,
Kwalawam,
Wayabakwashwa,
Wayabakwashwa,
Shimka,
Shimka,
Yahawa,
Yahawa,
Yabashwa,
Yabashwa,
Wayabahawa,
Wayabahawa,
Aya Ai,
Ayai,
Wayakaparwa,
Wayakaparwa,
Waya Abadwa,
Wayabadwa,
Waya the Iowa,
Waya the Iowa,
Kaya Ata,
Kaya Ata,
Shimka,
Shimka,
Yahawa,
Yahawa,
Labatka,
Labatka,
Al Yawam,
Al-Yawam,
Al Kaha Arataza,
Al-Kaharataza.
Keep not thy silence.
Keep not thy silence,
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace,
And be not still.
and be not still,
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For
For lo,
thine enemies make a tumult.
thine enemies make a tumult,
And they that hate thee
and they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people.
against thy people,
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
and consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
They have said,
Come,
Come,
and let us cut them off
and let us cut them off
from being a nation.
from being a nation,
That the name of Israel
that the name of Israel
may be no more in remembrance.
may be no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted together
For they have consulted together
with one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against
The
thee,
tabernacles of Edom.
the tabernacles of Edom,
And the Ishmaelites.
and the Ishmaelites,
Of Moab.
of Moab,
And the Hagarenes.
and the Hagarenes,
Gabal.
Gabal,
And Ammon.
and Ammon,
And Amalek.
and Amalek,
The Philistines.
the Philistines,
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Asher also is joined with them.
Asher also is joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah,
Do unto them as unto the Midianites.
do unto them as unto the Midianites,
As to Sisera.
as to Sisera,
As to Jabin.
as to Jabin,
At the brook of Kison.
at the brook of Kison,
Which perished at Endor.
which perished at Endor,
And became as dung for the earth.
and became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like a Reb.
Make their nobles like a ram,
And Zeb.
and Zeb,
Yea.
yea,
All their princes like Zabah.
all their princes as Sabbath,
And as Zalmunna.
and as Salmunna,
Who said,
who said,
Let us take to ourselves
Let us take to ourselves
the houses of Yahweh in possession.
the houses of Yahweh in possession.
Oh my power.
O my power,
Make them like a wheel.
make them like a wheel,
As stubble before the wind.
as the stubble before the
As
wind,
the fire burns the wood.
as the fire burns the wood,
As the flame sets the mountains on fire.
as the flame sets the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempest.
So persecute them with thy tempest,
And make them afraid with thy storm.
and make them afraid with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill their faces with shame,
That they may seek thy name.
that they may seek thy name.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh,
Let them be confounded.
let them be confounded,
And trouble forever.
and trouble forever.
Yea.
Yea,
Let them be put to shame.
let them be put to shame,
And perish.
and perish,
That men may know.
that men may know
That thou.
that thou,
Whose name alone.
whose name alone
Is Yahweh.
is Yahweh,
Art the most high.
art the most high
Over all the earth.
over all the earth.
All right, so which means turn. We shot it, so we can be seated.
Genesis 37:21. Book of Genesis, chapter 37, verse 21 in the English. And Reuben heard it, and he delivered him out of the hands and said, let us not kill him. Verse 22. And Reuben said unto them, shed no blood, but cast him into the pit that is in the wilderness, and lay no hand upon him, that he might rid him out of their hands, to deliver him to his father again. Verse 23.
Right. So like if I may just catching up from last week, they were basically hating on Joseph because he was his father's favorite. He gave him a nice coat. The other brothers, the 12 children of Israel, they did not like Joseph because he was his father's favorite. And he told them that he had a dream that they would bow down to him. So when they saw him coming, they said, here comes a dreamer. And they planned to kill him. But Reuben said, we're not going to kill him. The oldest, he said, we're going to, spare his life. So go ahead, Salaki.
Come. Verse 23. And it came to pass, when Joseph was coming to his brethren, that they stripped Joseph out of his coat of many colors that was on him.
So what is that? That said is they took the coat from the brother that his father had gave to him. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like you walking out the house, going up to the store to buy, get some or go hang out with the fellas and everything. And now they got a wicked plot against you. And they want to take, and they take your goods. You know what I mean? Pat your pockets or whatever, Take what you got from me, man. So they not being brotherly right now. You know what I'm saying? His own brothers is not being brotherly. Go ahead.
Verse 24. And they took him and cast him into a pit, and the pit was empty. There was no water in it. Verse 25. And they sat down to eat bread, and they lifted up their eyes and looked, and behold, a company of Ishmaelites came from Gilead, with their camels bearing spicery and balm and myrrh, going to carry it down to Egypt.
So as when they pushed the brother down inside this pit, which was it wasn't filled with water and nothing, so they was just holding him cap. You know what I mean? Holding him down there and whatnot. And now a group of Ishmaelites. What the Ishmaelites be like? The Indians?
The Arabics.
The Arabics. Right. Not the dots, right?
Nah, this is Muslims, Islam, Arab.
Right.
And that's another. They say in Islam that they're children of Ishmael. They agree that they're Ishmaelites, and it's another, showing proof that the Bible is real. That it says they were riding with camels.
Right.
Arabs are known to ride camels.
Right.
They call them camel jockeys. They eat
Right.
camels. You know what I'm saying? The Bible is real. You know what I mean? So like
that reminds me of that damn like it's off topic, but booty call. He got low. Slow down, camel jockey.
Oh yeah. At the liquor store.
Yeah, you just got a fresh off the boat, man. You over here clowning.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
go ahead though.
Oh, so like if I may, so they cast him in the pit, so that was putting him in jail, basically.
Holding him captive, holding him. You know what I mean?
In the ground, you know what I mean? A big, deep, like
something
a whale almost.
We gotta help you to get out of. You know what I mean?
Right,
we gotta help you out this thing, so you're not getting away or nothing. But basically they try holding him long enough to devise another plan. You know what I'm saying? It's keeping them in this sight. So when they come together with this plan, just like they saw these Ishmaelites walking up, bam, here come the plan. They put the plan together. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
Okay. Go ahead.
Come. Verse 26. And Judah said unto his brethren, what profit is it if we slay our brother and conceal his blood?
Hey, what are we gonna get out of killing our brother? You know what I'm saying? What the hell? We're gonna have to go, man. We're gonna get it's just gonna haunt us for life. We're gonna get a bad reputation, and all these other things. It's not gonna benefit us to kill him. You know what I'm saying? Now go ahead and watch the plan that they putting together.
Verse 27. Come, and let us sell him to the Ishmaelites.
Right.
And let not our hand be upon him. For he is our brother and our flesh. And his brethren were content.
So look at that. At the same time, they being the worst thing their brother ever seen, but calling him their brother. You know what I mean? We're gonna sell him. we're gonna sell our father's favorite child. You know what I mean? Because of hate and jealousy. That's what black people suffer through every damn day right now, man. Hate and jealousy. That's why we can't come together, because of what that passage right there is just bringing out. They don't want to kill him, but they don't want him around either. You know what I'm saying? They don't want him to be a part of the house that their father is building. They don't want him to get the blessings that his father gave him.
And Salaki, if I may really quickly, just when I was going over this last week, I was thinking, I'm like, man, us as Israelites, they were jealous of him for being the chosen among their father.
Right.
But they chosen as a nation among the Lord.
As a nation.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn, you can't be happy with being better than all the other heathen nations. You want to be the top of the top of the top. Like, it's just kind of sad how they didn't. But
and with that being said, if every brother in this room was jealous of Jerry or Hannah, there's no way we could be in this truth. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If we didn't understand that it is Ottawan and Ottawaps. You know what I'm saying?
right.
And Achium.
Mm-hmm.
It is a different level to the nation, to being chosen. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Right.
And obviously Joseph did something in his father. It did some type of work in his father's eyes. That's how you get raised up in the truth, by the works that you do. So Joseph had done some work. You know what I mean? That his father paid attention to over the course of all the years, which caused him to give him the blessing that he gave him. You know what I mean? Or make him above the other brothers because he wasn't as careless, as reckless as them, and he could possibly unite them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why the men in the UPK get the rank we get, because of the works that we do, and the fact that somebody sees something in us that we can go out and raise up other brothers and put together a plan that can benefit the brothers. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We all have that quality to put together a plan and not be what would you call it, hateful, or harbor hate to a man that's above you, or somebody that's been put. You know what I mean? Somebody with a greater title than yours,
Authority over you.
with authority over you. You know what I'm saying?
And so, like, if I may, really quick, man, it's feeling like Karak now. I see how you get in the class, man, but it's just coming to off of what you're saying. But just really quickly, too, last point. Like you said, being in the truth, you know what I mean? You got men that are above you and men that are underneath you. But I was just thinking, like, we're the bottom of American society.
Right.
We consider the lowest of the low, man. We're not pro-homosexuality. We're not pro-drug use. We're not pro-abortion. The America looks at us like we're crazy niggas on the corner yelling at you. But in the Lord's eyes, we are the top of his army and his government on earth. So you being the lowest member in the UPK, you are like a senator in America. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
General Hunter's like a president
in the kingdom.
You know what I mean? In the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you are greater than everyone else on earth. So brothers, definitely, like you said, you gotta, always have that spirit. You don't want to be like these brothers right here, because they didn't even understand that they were the top of the world, even if they wasn't their father's favorite.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's just one way I put it, being in the truth.
And that didn't even say the father didn't love them.
Right.
He just said one brother was doing more work than the other brother. The rest of them, you know what I'm saying? So that's how, once again, that's how you get chosen. But yes, I'm good. Okay, go ahead. You good, sir?
Wow.
Verse 28. Then there passed by Midianite merchantmen, and they drew and lifted up Joseph out of the pit, and sold Joseph to the Ishmaelites for 20 pieces of silver. And they brought Joseph into Egypt. Verse 29. And Reuben returned into the pit, and behold, Joseph was not in the pit, and he rent his clothes. Verse 30. And he returned unto his brethren and said, the child is not, and I, whither shall I go? Verse 31. And they took Joseph's coat and killed a kid of goats and dipped the coat in the blood.
So right here, you see they putting together a plan, man. They got to come up with something to explain why Joseph not with them when they going back. You know what I'm saying? What as they going back? See, he was supposed to start at 28, but
Right. You just go to the next 7. You just keep going.
yeah.
And,
So they put the plan they put together is how we gonna tell Father this. You know what I mean? So we're gonna kill a goat, dip his clothes in it. Go ahead.
Come. Verse 32. And they sent the coat of many colors and brought it to their father and said, This have we found. Know now whether it be thy son's coat or no.
Now they asking the father, is this his coat? You know what I mean? This is what we found. Do you think this belonged to Joseph?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Verse 33. And he knew it and said, It is my son's coat. An evil beast hath devoured him. Joseph is without doubt rent in pieces.
So they lied to their Ottawa. You know what I'm saying? They came back and bold-faced lied to their father after they knew they had done a bad deed. Kind of like what Cain was trying to pull off. You know what I mean?
Right.
Kind of like what Cain was trying to do to your house. Am I my brother's keeper? I mean, think about that slogan, man. A wicked man thinks that's a beautiful slogan. You know what I mean? He don't even know what that means, man. This is the same thing they doing by showing up with this coat dipped in blood. You know what I mean? They put together a plan. They put together a plot to deceive their father.
Right.
Just like the brother. Just like I said, that's the same thing as.
Joseph and the brothers Reuben and Judah.
Yeah, the brother Cain.
Oh,
Salah. Go ahead.
Flog it on that. Okay, so I just want to confirm something. When they say rented his clothes in pieces, what they tore his clothes up?
Right. He said he was. Where did he say that at?
In verse 33, but it says it earlier up in verse 29, at the end of 29, saying he rented
Rent his clothes.
rent his clothes. So that means he tore his clothes up.
Yeah, they did it.
Yeah.
It made it seem like an animal did it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay, so in verse 33, so they said the evil beast had devoured him. So this is what they just telling them.
Well, this is what he
yeah. That's what they tell him. And then he's saying that Joseph was torn apart. You know what I mean? He said this animal had tore Joseph apart because he's looking at his clothing and said, man, he had to be.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
He had to be ripped into shreds.
Right.
Yeah, according to what these clothing is telling me, this brother had to be ripped into shreds, man.
Right.
Shoot. Go ahead.
Verse 34. And Jacob rent his clothes and put sackcloth upon his loins and mourned for his son many days.
So why would Jacob rent his clothes? Because we know that that's a sign of mourning. You know what I mean?
Right.
When a brother in the truth, if he tears his clothes, the brothers around him gonna look and say, "Oh man, this brother got something going on with him right now." You know what I mean? He got something going on right now. Let's go deal with the brother. Let's go. You know what I mean? Speak with the brother. See what he's going through. And the reason why he rented his clothes, the reason why he tore his clothes, to show Israel that he was suffering. You know what I mean? To show his brothers that he was suffering was because of the loss of his son. Go ahead.
That's it on that, sir.
So I guess we do the next 7.
Come.
Go down to verse 5 or verse 4.
Come. Verse 35. And all his sons and his daughters rose up to comfort him. But he refused to be comforted and said, I will go down into the grave until my son mourning. Thus his father wept for him. Verse 36. And the Midianites sold him unto Egypt, unto Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh's and the captain of the guard.
Right. So as you see that these brothers took him and he was sold again. He was sold again as a a bondman, pretty much a slave to do work. You know what I mean? He was sold again to do work as a for the Pharaoh and the captains of the guard. So that's a wicked thing that the brothers did to their brother. But once again, this is the life of this is how things play out in the hood. You know what I mean? Brothers against each other all day, man. The same brothers that you break bread with is the ones that'll rat you out, that'll want to see you with nothing, want you to be separate. You can never be brand new around the same company unless that company has the same ideology as you. You know what I mean? So a lot of brothers like us right here, sitting right here in this class, when we hang out with our old friends and everything, man, they want the old you back. They don't want this new you coming around preaching and all this. You know what I'm saying? And it's not even preaching. It's just trying to save brothers. And they don't want that, man. They want you to come over here and hit this blunt. You know what I'm saying? They want you to do a bump or whatever. If doing bumps was your thing back in the days, but if that's what it is, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Right. So they want you to, you know what I mean? Put one on the corner, put one on the stroll, or whatever it is.
Right.
So this is the division that we go through daily, man, that these brothers is talking, that this passage is talking about, and the reason why this brother had to be sold off, the reason why we pretty much can't get along because of what we brought out earlier just a bit ago, that brothers hate to have another brother over them. They love having a white man over them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The white man can rule over them with one white man can walk into a room of 500 black men and command them all.
Right.
You know what I mean? But not in this house.
Right.
Not in this house when you got men who actually know the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, and we fear the Lord, not the devil. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, right.
So like if I may to add on to that, where that come from, a lot of times, man, is from not having a father. You know what I mean? And that's in our culture lately because women have been putting their men away and getting away from their men. But even more so, it comes from slavery where they took the fathers away and sold them. So it's just getting passed down in that way where we generation on generation are not having our fathers. And so you begin to hate a black male authority figure. When you see someone coming, shit, my dad didn't care about me, didn't tell me to do. I gotta listen to no other niggas.
Right.
You know what I mean? But you're used to going to school and the white principal and white boss and police and guards and everybody that you got to deal with is
put
white.
Hands on
put you in check. And
yeah.
that's the authority that you only respect.
Growing up in school down south, man, I stayed in the office getting my ass whooped. I'm talking literally getting my ass whooped. Whoa out. They was, you know what I mean? But couldn't nobody, you know what I'm saying? I bet nobody else better not try that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Without these wicked people in authority who take on positions of supposedly leaders in the community, but all they do, they the same as the Christian church, the Christian pastor, because they get their ideology. They feel like they right. Why? Because of the pastor. You know what I'm saying? Or if I behave myself like Pastor Porkchop, you know, Salami, you know what I mean? If I behave like him, then I'm in good grace with the Most High. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to behave like these men under Commander Joe Yohana or like Commander Joe Yohana. You know, if I'm in a position to be over the congregation, they don't behave like that. They don't behave like brothers to their brothers. They behave like a tyrant to their brothers, man, a brother who just rules over them and they are nothing. That's why every Christian tells you that God is good to them. They so far removed from the truth that they make God their personal savior. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
When he's the savior of a nation of people, of the nation of Israel. So definitely go ahead.
It's like if I mean, this is just another form of being oppressed for so long. You know, we forget who we are. You know what I'm saying, and who our people is. So just like Kassar was saying, you know what I'm saying, not having this figure around. You know,
Right.
we look at our brother as our competition. You know what I'm saying? We've been trotted down over and you know, knees on our neck for so long. You know, we see another black man as a threat instead of what a threat really comes from the people who done put us in this oppression stage, you know what I'm saying, and had us in the press for so long.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We looking at him as you know, our savior.
Mm.
You know, and you know, that's like I say, it just comes from being oppressed. Like I said, we have to understand who we are, come back to understanding that we are the children of the Lord, you know what I'm saying? And we have a power that we supposed to look to.
Right.
But we forget that power, who that power is, and who our people is, and like I say, just come up against our own people because of oppression. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it stems back to oppression, man. So
Yeah.
you know, that's what I say. The eyes.
And you know, and to piggyback off that, and we're gonna wrap this up. The real issue is brothers seek counsel from things that are from people that are untouchable, unreachable. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like they'll look up at a dude in another city who they say, oh, look what this brother's doing. But you got somebody in that same community that's doing the same thing, but
Right.
you won't listen. You know what I mean? You won't listen to him. It's like we standing here right now, but then brothers will tell you, oh man, Louis Farrakhan, you know what I'm saying? Or what's that, Stokely Carmichael, or some, you know, some other name of somebody that's untouchable to them, who they can't sit down with and have a conversation with about bettering themselves.
Okay, just to sort of piggyback off you saying what you're saying too is that's just like when we was in slavery. You know what I'm saying? We got the house nigga and we got the field nigga. You know what I'm saying? They make the house nigga like he over the field nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we the same damn people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It all stems back to house nigga, field nigga. They make the field nigga like, you know, he's greater than the house nigga make he's greater than the field nigga. You know what I'm saying? So it all goes back to oppression. Like I was saying before, you know what I'm saying? It's just we have to understand that, you know, that part of history and wake up from that part of history. You know what I'm saying? And understand, like I said, understand who we are. You know what I'm saying? We the God's chosen people. You know what I'm saying? We have a power that we can rely on. We just turn our back on the power. We have to, you know what I'm saying, come to our power and understand who our power is and you know what I'm saying, get our power back.
Right.
That's right.
So with that being said, Israel, we're gonna wrap this up.
All
We're
right.
gonna,
Was that just go down to verse 5, huh? You might as well.
Con.
Finish it off.
Book of
We
Genesis,
got a little time.
Book of Genesis, chapter 38, verse 1. And it came to pass at that time that Judah went down from his brethren and turned into a certain Adulamite, who was Hira. Verse 2. And Judah saw there a daughter of a certain Canaanite, whose name was Shua. And he took her and went in unto her. Verse 3. And she conceived and bare a son, and he called his name Verse 5. And she conceived again and bare a son, and she called his name Onan. Verse 5. And she yet again conceived and bare a son, and called his name Shelah. And he was at Chezeb when she bare him.
okay.
Only thing I just noticed is he said he took a Canaanite wife, African, you know, so.
Right, because that's what you got there. Because I was my book was closed and everything. So
Okay. Yeah, man. So
basically, and on top of that, she having multiple. You know what I mean? She really putting in work for that nation, man, for the Canaanites.
right.
She bringing forth. She bringing them forth.
But just the same way, even Esau married a Canaanite, the kids gonna maybe look like them too. I mean, we already know it was all black, so that African thing where people think, okay, we look like them. I mean, we have mothers that were from these lines. Moses married an Ethiopian. You know what I mean? You're gonna have kids that's looking all types of different ways.
Right.
But like I said, you the line of your father, so that's the most important thing. It's not always the look of a brother that makes him an Israelite. It's more who their father is.
Trace it back to right. So we just going by perception, you know what I'm saying? Just like you're saying, what it looked like and what somebody say, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You just hear what somebody, you know, one of your family members say, yeah, you so and so, you know what I'm saying? But they don't really trace it back to the father, you know what I'm saying? They don't go back to the father and just, you know what I'm saying? What is it today? Is 23andMe, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
All that old crap, you know what I'm saying? They got you, have you mixed up,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Thinking you from who God by our tribe and whatever.
And that's what I'm saying. You might have a great grandmother that was a Canaanite or Ethiopian or whatever. That doesn't mean that's what you are. And that's why the young brother, you know, the young man Leo from Fresno, he was saying, you know, about the Ishkarites and wondering, you know, the natives, man, they really are our brothers. He's, you know, he said, I ain't want to second guess it. I know y'all got the truth, but I'm like, you're going off of how they look. You know what I mean? Their forefathers could have married the Assyrians or been mixed in with them and came around. Yeah, they got straight hair and they look like that. It don't take that much for you to change the look of somebody depending on which wife you get. Right. And I always use the example. I got family that's real light-skinned in Texas, and one of my cousins, he's a brother, he married an Edomite woman. His kids look straight like little white boys and little white girls, man. Freckles and the whole nine. Right. But they're closer related to me than, you know, any brother, you know what I mean, walking down the street. They may look just like me. Right. But these kids that look like white boys are my, you know what I mean, first, second cousins, you know, third cousins. So that's it's not always a look, but it's like.
Right. I got caught up in conversation with this goddamn Hamite yesterday. You know what I mean? I'm sitting here thinking this brother's a brother. This dude's a brother. Right. And I'm sitting here talking to him, and you know all the stuff he pulling out. Woo, 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 woo. So he's like, yo, I was born in, you know, I'm from the Shah, but I was born in Japan. I came over to the Shah later, you know, later on. So I'm like, oh man, you must have been one of them brothers who the brothers was over there. Right. You know what I mean, on leave or something like that, and dealt with the Japanese woman. So I said, you speaking to speak, you know what I mean? You talk to talk. He's like, nah, I'm Nigerian. Oh, damn. Right. Oh man, you know, wasted my damn time. Right.
Look, you know what I mean?
It was the look, you know what I mean? Right. And he did no accent, no nothing. He's speaking Chicago slang. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I'm like, this nigga, he turfing. You know what I mean? He coming with that turf talk.
So Shalak, if I may, that's why it's such a beautiful thing to be in ISUPK, because we are not caught up in colorism.
Right. That's the heavy point. The add on to that was the KKK would never have somebody that looks black in their organization. Right. They call us the black KKK. Right. But we got brothers that the world say look white, but we call them our brothers. You'll never see a black nigga in a KKK. Oh, he's not black. His father is white. They don't care about that. They based on colorism. And then the other last point was you said the one thing that separates us from these other people, they always know where they're from. He still know he's a Nigerian. Right. But you ask a nigga, they don't know where they're from.
Exactly what I thought about when he would lay claim on that. Right. You know what I mean? He still got a nation to claim.
Exactly.
We African American. Right. You know what I'm saying? What?
We got a question mark at the end of our. When we go back, he knows where he's from. He knows his last name, his grandfather, what tribe, all of that. So that's how you know we Israel, man, because we have no idea. Right. You know what I'm saying?
So with that being said, Imagine.
All right. Go with the horn, call attention. Be better days.
All right, we'll palm hop dumb and face east. I'm gonna do that. That's right.
La Yasharala.
All right, we'll form Hakadam, face the east. That was the Lord's Prayer. Lord's Prayer. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kodash.
Kodash.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Shemka.
Shemka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malakwathka.
Malakwathka.
Baba'ah.
Aba'ah.
Watazayaka.
Watazayaka.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Asha.
Asha.
Ba'aratazah.
Ba'aratazah.
Kawah.
Kawah.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Washamayim.
Washamai.
Nathalanaw.
Nathalanaw.
Lakam.
Lakam.
Cal.
Cal.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Wasalak now.
Wasalak now.
Kabawath now.
Kabawath now.
Kasalak now.
Kasalak now.
Kabawath Yanaw.
Kabawath Yanaw.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Tabayai now.
Tabayai now.
Olasaya 1.
Olasaya 1.
Abal.
Abal.
Hawashai now.
Hawashai now.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Rai.
Rai.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Laka.
Laka.
Amalakwa.
Amalakwa.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Wahata Aparath.
Wahata Apara.
La'ai Walamya.
La'ai Walamya.
Amen.
Amen.
Our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
thy kingdom come.
thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done
In earth.
in earth
As it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day
Our daily bread.
our daily bread,
And forgive us our debts.
and forgive us our
As
debts
we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not
And lead us not
into temptation.
into temptation,
But deliver us
but deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom,
And the power.
and the power,
And the glory.
and the glory,
Forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it.
All right, we want to bless Israel. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Barak Lanao.
Barak Lanao.
Wayasharala.
Wayasharala.
Wahayat Bayath.
Wahayah.
Sapari.
Sapari.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapah.
Rapah.
Magun.
Magun.
Hagun.
Hagun.
Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Hashem Yahweh Shai.
The water Aman.
The water Aman.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Bless us.
Bless us.
And Israel.
And Israel.
And the school.
And the school.
Bless.
Bless.
Heal.
Heal.
Shield.
Shield.
Protect.
Protect the Williams family.
The Williams family.
The Hopkins family.
The Hopkins
The
family.
Fuller family.
The Fuller family.
The Harper family.
The Harper family.
Cheyenne.
Cheyenne.
Kalea.
Kalea.
The Warren family.
The Warren family.
The Price family.
The Price family.
The Taylor family.
The Taylor family.
That's it.
The Thompson family.
The Thompson
The
family.
Gibbs family.
The Gibbs family.
The Harris family.
The Harris family.
Brothers and sisters of the UPK.
Brothers and sisters of the UPK.
The house of Kakam Ahmad.
The house of Kakam
And all of Israel.
and all of Israel.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
I'm going to Hakak the power. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Baba Kushai.
Baruch Shai.
The thunder now.
The thunder now.
Hakak.
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 La Rapa'ah.
La Rapa'ah.
Kal Makalak.
Kal Makalak.
Makal Madawak.
Makal Marawa.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Latahar.
Latahar.
Hamatazarian.
Hamatzazorian.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Lahakwim.
Lahakwim.
Mahathim.
Mahati.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Al Rakawath.
Awakawa.
Hamata'ala.
Hamata'ala.
Lagara Shun.
Lagarshun.
Bahashim Yahweh Shai.
Hashem Yahweh Shai.
The water Aman.
The water Aman.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the
The
power.
power to heal all manner of sickness.
The power to heal all manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
And all manner of
The
disease.
power to cleanse the leper.
The power to cleanse the
The
leper.
power to raise the dead.
The power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
The power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
To cast them out.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
All right. Blessings. Barak.
Barak.
Atah.
Atah.
Yahweh Wa Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Wa Yahweh Shai.
Wa Maka'ala.
Wa Maka'ala.
Wa Al-Hayim.
Wa Ala'ayim.
Hamatazabia.
Hamatazabia.
Alawap Yahana.
Alawap Yahana.
Alawapia.
Ha'alawapia.
Hasaranya.
Hasaranya.
Hakwatazanya.
Hakwatazanya.
Hakak Yayam.
Ha'ayam.
Waha Akwithian.
Waha'akwathian.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai.
The water Aman.
The water Aman.
Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commanding Junior Hana.
Commanding Junior
The
Hana.
generals.
The generals.
The captains.
The captains.
The officers.
The officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
All right. Psalms 121. Aisha,
Aisha,
Ayanya,
Ayanya,
Al-Haharian,
Al-Haharian,
Mahayan,
Mahayan,
Yaba'a,
Yaba'a,
Izoria,
Izoria, Izoria,
Ma'an,
Ma'an,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Shamayam,
Shamayan,
Wa'aratazah,
Wa'aratazah,
Al-Yathan,
Ayathan,
Lamawat,
Lamawat,
Regalka,
Rogalka,
Al-Yawam, Al-Yanawam,
Al-Yanawam,
Shamarka,
Shamarka,
Hana,
Hana,
La'a,
La'a,
Yanawam,
Yanawam,
Wala'a,
Wala'a,
Yayashan,
Yayashan,
Shawamar,
Shawamar,
Yasharala,
Yasharala,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Shamarka,
Shamarka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Tazalka,
Tazalka,
Al-Yad,
Al-Yad,
Yamyaka,
Yamyaka,
Yamawam,
Yamawam,
Hashamash,
Hashamash,
La'a,
La'a,
Yakaka,
Yakaka,
Wayarak,
Wayarak,
Balayala,
Walayala,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamarka,
Yashamarka,
Makal Rai,
Makal Ra,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Afnapashka,
Athnapashka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Tazawa Afka,
Tazawathka,
Wabawa Afka,
Wawaka,
Ma'ais,
Ma'ai,
Wa'ai Awalam,
Wa'ai Awalam.
I will lift up mine eyes
I will lift up mine eyes
unto the hills,
unto the hills,
from which cometh my help.
from whence cometh my help.
My help cometh from Yahweh,
My help cometh from Yahweh,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right
The
hand.
sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee
The Lord shall preserve thee
from all evil.
from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming in
from this time forth
from this time forth
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore.
All right, Psalms 83, Alahayim,
Alahayim,
Al-Damayalaka,
Al-Damayalaka,
Al-Thakarash,
Al-Thakarash,
Al-Tashakwat,
Al-Thashquat,
Kayahana,
Kayahana,
Awayabyaka,
Awayabyaka,
Yahama,
Yahama,
Yawam,
Yawam,
Ra'ash,
Ra'ash,
Al-Amika,
Al-Amika,
Ya'ara Yamwa,
Ya'ari Yamwa,
Sawada,
Sawada,
Wayata,
Wayata,
Ya'itazawa,
Ya'itazawa,
Al-Tazapon 1 Yaka,
Al-Tazapa one Yaka,
Amarwa,
Amarwa,
Lakawa,
Lakawa,
Wanakakidam,
Wanakakidam,
Magalia,
Magalia,
Wala'a,
Wala'a,
Yazakar,
Yazakar,
Shemrasharal,
Shem Yasharala,
Iwada,
Iwada,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Na'itazawa,
Na'ayatazawa,
Laba,
Laba,
Yakadwa,
Yakadwa,
Al-Yaka,
Al-Yaka,
Baryath,
Baryath,
Yakaswa,
Yakafwa,
Alahaya,
Alahaya,
Adamam,
Adawam,
Wayashamai,
Wayashamai,
Alahayim,
Alahayim,
Mawa'aba,
Mawa'aba,
Wahagaria,
Wahagaria,
Gabal,
Gabal,
Wa'amawan,
Wa'amawan,
Wa'amalak,
Wa'amalak,
Palashath,
Palashat,
I'm Yeshabia,
I'm Yeshabia,
Tazawar,
Tazawar,
Gamashawar,
Gamashawar,
Nalawa,
Nalawa,
Ma'ain,
Ma'ain,
Hayawa,
Hayawa,
Zerawai,
Zorwa,
Labanya Lawat,
Labanya Lawat,
Salah,
Salah,
Ashalaham,
Shalaham,
Kamadyan,
Kamadyan,
Kasaya Sara'ah,
Kasaya Sara'ah,
Kayabyan,
Kayabin,
Banakal,
Banakal,
Kwayashwan,
Banakashwan,
Nashamatwa,
Nashamadwa,
Ayanda Ara,
Ayandara'a,
Hayara,
Hayara,
Daman,
Daman,
Ladama,
Ladama,
Shayatamwa,
Shayatamwa,
Nadaya Mawa,
Nadayamawa,
Kaya Arab,
Kayarab,
Waka Azaba,
Wakazaba,
Waka Zabak,
Wakazabak,
Waka Tazal,
Wakatazal,
Mana I,
Mana'ai,
Kal Nasaya Kamwa,
Kalnasiya Kamwa,
Ashar,
Ashar,
Amarwa,
Amarwa,
Naya Rasha,
Nairasha,
Lanawa,
Lanawa,
Ath,
Ath,
Na'awath,
Na'awath,
Alahayim,
Alahayim,
Alahaya,
Alahaya,
Shayatamwa,
Shayatamwa,
Kagalgula,
Kagalgula,
Kakwash,
Kakwash,
Lapunya Rora Ka,
Lapanyarwa,
Ka'ash,
Ga'ash,
Shaba Ira, Ya'ira,
Ira, Ya'ira,
Wakala Haba,
Kala Abba,
Talahat,
Talahat,
Harayam,
Harayam,
Kun,
Kun,
Daradapma,
Daradapma,
Masa Irika,
Irika,
Wabasa with Patka,
Wabasa with Patka,
Tabahalam,
Tabahalam,
Mala'a,
Mala'a,
Hanyaham,
Hanyaham,
Walawam,
Walawam,
Wayabakwashwa,
Wayabakwashwa,
Shimka,
Shimka,
Yahawa,
Yahawa,
Yabashwa,
Yabashwa,
Wayabahawa,
Wayabahawa,
Ayai,
Ayahai,
Wayakaparwa,
Wayakaparwa,
Wayabadwa,
Wayabadwa,
Wayadaiwa,
Wayadaiwa,
Kaya Ata,
Kaya Ata,
Shimka,
Shimka,
Yahawa,
Yahawa,
Labatka,
Labatka,
Al Yawam,
Al Yawan,
Al Kaha Arataza,
Al Kaha Ratasa.
Keep not thy silence.
Keep not thy silence,
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy
And
peace,
be not still.
and be not still.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh,
For
for lo,
thine enemies make a tumult.
thine enemies make a tumult,
And they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
and they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people,
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people,
and consulted against thy hidden
and
ones.
consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
They have said,
Come,
Come,
and let us cut them off from being a nation,
and let us cut them off from being a nation,
that the name of Israel may be no more remembered.
that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against
The
thee,
tabernacles of Edom,
the tabernacles of Edom,
and the Ishmaelites,
and the Ishmaelites,
of Moab,
of Moab,
and the Hagarenes,
and the Hagarenes,
Gabal,
Gabal,
and Ammon,
and Ammon,
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines,
the Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Asher also is joined with them.
Asher also is joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah,
Salah,
do unto them as unto the Midianites,
do unto them as unto the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
as to Sisera,
as to Jabin,
as to Jabin,
at the brook of Kison,
at the brook of Kison,
which perished at Endor.
which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like a rat,
Make their nobles like a red,
and Zeeb,
and said,
yea,
Yea,
all their princes like Zabah,
all the princes like Zabah,
and as Zamunah,
and as Amunah,
who said,
who said,
Let us take to ourselves
Let us take to ourselves
the houses of Yahweh in
the
possession.
houses of Yahweh in possession.
O my power,
O my power,
make them like a wheel.
make them like a wheel,
So like, as the stubble before the wind,
as the stubble before the wind,
as the fire burned the wood,
as the fire burneth the wood,
and as the flame set the mountains on fire.
as the flame set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them
So persecute them
with thy tempest,
with thy tempest,
and make them afraid
and make them afraid
with thy storm.
with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame,
Fill their faces with shame,
that they may seek thy name.
that they may seek thy name.
O Yahweh,
O Yahweh,
let them be confounded
let them be
and
confounded
troubled forever.
and troubled forever.
Let them be put to shame
Let them be put to shame
and perish.
and perish,
Salaki. That men may know
that men may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone
is
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
art the most high
art the most high
over all the earth.
over all the earth.
All right. Saw, which means turn. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courage salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Amazim Shabbat, Amazim, Barak,
How about Shem Yahshua Rakatah?
Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Barakathum.
Men of Israel, we can give one courage salute to the sisters out there. Men of Israel, Amazim Shabbat, Amazim, Barak,
Yahweh Shema Al-Tam B'Shem Yahshua.
Yazamata, class dismissed. You want to get the